Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranaschakshushrotramaso Balamindriyani cha sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarod Anirakaranamastu Anirakaranam me astu Tadatmani nirate yaupanishatsu dharmaste mai santu te mai santu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeri Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Kshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Ittiraksharamudgitamupasita Om Iti Hyudgayate Tasyopavyakhyanam Tasmai mridikashayadi doshaya sthanatra dosamandrehitam atmaswarupam apahata papattvadilakshanam bhagavate tasmai hovacha. Tasmai mridikashayadi doshaya. To Indra, who was thus free from all the dosha defects such as kashaya, likes and dislikes, ragadveshas, impurities. Indra thus, who was, as a result of a life of brahmacharya or penance for as long as 101 years, now Prajapati began teaching him about the Atma, the Self. So Atmana Swarupam. Now the Swarupam, the true nature of the Self, Apahad Papmatvad Lakshanam. So far also, Prajapati did teach only about the Self, but then Sopadikam Rupam, Self with Upadi, of the gross body, then the subtle body, then the causal body, the waker, the dreamer, the sleeper. This is how Prajapati communicated to Indra the nature of Self, requiring Indra to do his own homework in terms of the Atma, Anatma Viveka. That the Viveka is Atma, the Viveka is the union of the Self and the non-Self, and so also is dreamer, and so also is sleeper. In each case, of course, the nature of non-self, the self ever remains the same, but the non-self, the nature of it becomes subtler and subtler. meaning the waker, the non-self, is the gross body, characterized by gross body. And of course, subtle and causal bodies go with it. The dreamer is somewhat subtler, that the upadhi of gross body is no more there, but that of the subtle body is there, which Indra is now after 32 years. So first of all, they were required to perform the penance of 32 years, even to begin the Upadesha. Because coming from a life of luxury and life of indulgence, you may say, it was no way possible that Prajapati could commence the teaching right away. So first of all, they needed a preparation to even deserve the instruction or teaching by Prajapati. And therefore, the penance for 32 years. Then when that happened, then Prajapati thought that all right, now they are fit to be taught about the self, which was, however, the waker self, the witness of the waking state. What Prajapati, in fact, communicated or instructed was the witness in the waking state. The witness has to be distinguished from what is witnessed. The subject is to be distinguished from the object. But that Indra could not do. And so he understood the Atma literally as a waker. Even worse than that, as a chaya or the reflection. But fortunately, he had the punya in his life from the past, and therefore he just did not return like Virochana did, with no thinking at all. Indra subjected to his understanding to the scrutiny of this vichara or thinking as to whether what I have understood about the self, does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. Nahamatra bhogyam pashyami. I do not see any benefit in this. So comes back another 32 years, some more purification. Now the dreamer self, meaning the witness of the dreamer self, is communicated as Atma, is communicated as the witness of the dreamer self. Again, Indra could not do this viveka or discrimination. He took the very dreamer as the self. And again, fortunately because of his punya karma, he is again deliberated upon his understanding and discovered this. So, dosha or the defect. And so it's nahamat again, nahamatra bhogyam pashyami. I do not see anything, any benefit in this. Then again 32 years, and then third time Prajapati talked about the witness of the deep sleep self. Then again Indra only took the sleeper, the prajna as the Atma, and found the defects, came back. So you can see how the defects are slowly and slowly being washed out in Indra's mind. And Prajapati considers him qualified for subtler and subtler upadesha or teaching. And now, after 101 years of penance, Buddhi Kashayadi Doshaya, one's mind is completely free now for all the dosha defects, such as Kashaya, the impurities of ragadveshas. Atmana Swarupam. Now, the true nature of the self, Apahata papmatvad lakshanam. Lakshana characterized by apahata papmatvam, being free from all the sins, free from punya and papa. Meaning free from the kartrutva, the sense of doership. Which is sthanatra dosha sambandha rahitam. So far what Prajapati told was, dosha sambandha sahitam. The waker, the dreamer, the deep sleeper, they are accompanied with the dosha or the defects or the difficulties that comes with the sambandha. So waker has sambandha, association with the waking state. The dreamer has association with the dream state. The deep sleeper has the association with the deep sleep state, naturally. Although Atma is not associated, the states are the states of the upadhi. It is basically the subtle body, the mind. So you can say that the body, mind, sense organs, that complex of the upadhi, which undergoes the states of waking, dream and deep sleep. And Atma is just a witness, not really connected with the three states. However, if that vivek or discrimination is not there, then one would take the vaker as the Atma. Then, so, sthanatra dosha sambandha. The dosha sambandha is there. Sambandha, the association, dosha, all the limitations or defects of the upadhi are there. When we say the connection of the three states, meaning the upadhi. So therefore the doshas are found. Every time Indra discovered a dosha. First of all, the Chhayatma, he discovered the dosha. What is it? Well, when this one is decked with ornaments, Atma also is decked with ornaments. His body is well dressed, Atma also is well dressed. Which means that if this body becomes blind, then this also will become blind. If this has running nose, running eyes, then that also will have that. And if this one dies, that also will die. So this is sthana dosha. Call it sthanam, the waking, or called upadhi. So this understanding was dosha sambandha sahita. But the teaching also, if literally taken, then Atma is taught as though endowed with the doshas or the defects of the gross body. The predominant upadhi in the waking state is gross body. And so the gross body becomes blind. It has running nose. It dies. In all these association. So sambandha, all the doshas, and the Atma also becomes as though associated with these doshas. And therefore there is no benefit in knowing Atma in that manner. Then the second time, the sleeping. So then he discovered that yes, this Atma is free from the doshas of the association with the gross body. True. Nasya vadena, so nasya vadena, what is it? Hanyate, right. That if this gross body dies, yes, this one does not die. This becomes blind, that does not become blind. So this is the Jagrat avastha sambandha dosha rahita Atma. Now we understood the Atma as free from the dosha defects that are coming from the sambandha association with the cross body, the waking state. But then still the dosha of the subtle body remain. That way the dream state, those doshas remain. Never ghananti eva, ghananti eva. And so vichhadayati eva, roditi eva, apriyavetta eva bhavati. So dreamer is subject to all these difficulties. That sometimes they try to kill him, sometimes they chase him, sometimes he experiences very unpleasant things, sometimes he is even weeping. So that is a knowledge of the Atma which is as a result of the connection with the dream state or the subtle body. Unfortunately, Indra could see the defect in this, difficulty in this. The third time, the Atma is taught as connected in the deep sleep state or the causal body, where there is a blanket of ignorance. So here Indra could see that this Atma, the deep sleeper, is indeed free from the defects of the waker of the gross body, free from the defects of the dreamer of the subtle body, but still has the defects of the causal body, the blanket of ignorance. This one does not know himself and doesn't know anything else, and as though he ceases to exist. Nahamatra bhogyam pashyami. So then, this sambandha is still there, and that is the deep sleep sambandha with the sushupti. Another 5 years makes it 101 years of penance. And now Prajapati feels that he is totally free from all the defects, meaning that he will not have any aviveka anymore. Formerly Indra kept on joining Atma with the gross body, subtle body, causal body, that's aviveka. So a human being is born with that aviveka, non-discrimination. When he lumps together the characteristics of upadhi with the Atma. So this is the story of everybody, not only of Indra. Indra was just fortunate to receive this teaching, fortunate to possess the punya karma so that he could see the difficulty in his own understanding. Great punya karma, which make him humble to return to the teacher and surrender to the teacher, submitting before the teacher his own difficulty. Now all of this is great punya karma. Because sharanagati, surrender, is not an ordinary thing. To submit one's ego or to be able to openly accept one's difficulty, meaning that one's ignorance, meaning one's limitation. For someone like Indra, who is so highly regarded in the whole world, for Indra to say that I have not understood and I want to know, that's a great humility. As sage Narada also demonstrated, so also Indra demonstrated. All this punya karma is there, and that enabled him to continue to do the viveka. So now Prajapati knows that now mrida kashaya, adi doshaya, whatever little kashaya was there is all gone now. Sthanatra dosha sambandharahitam atma swarupam. The true nature of the Atma that is free from the dosha, the defects coming from sambandha, association and non-discrimination. The aviveka or the non-discrimination or the adhyasa, the superimposition, that habitually takes place on the part of an ignorant person who habitually superimposes the attributes, the limitations of the gross and the subtle and the causal bodies upon the Atma. So a classic case of how we feel when we superimpose the limitation of gross body, the limitation of subtle body, the limitation of causal body. How do we feel? What kind of notions we entertain? So that was all demonstrated now. Apahata papmatvadi lakshanam. Now Prajapati thinks he is ready to understand the true nature of the self, which divide of the sin and old age and death, etc., etc. Bhagavate tasmai hovacha. To Bhagavan or to Indra, who had thus performed penance for 101 years, now Prajapati started teaching him this. Evam kira etat indritvadapi gurutaram. Thus this conduct of Indra very clearly indicates that Indra considers that this knowledge is greater than even the state of being Indra. Indratvam, the state of being Indra. Whatever great glories that state brings, that this knowledge is even greater than that. Because Indra demonstrates a great vairagya. That he gives up all those glories and luxuries of being Indra and lives like a brahmachari, like an ascetic, to pursue this knowledge. So even from Indra's own conduct, Indra himself thinks that this knowledge is more valuable than even all the great things, all the material achievements or all material pleasures that go with the state of Indra, which is like Brahmaloka, Indrenapi Mahatayatnena Ekottar Shatavarshikut Ayasena Praptam. That none other than Indra gained this knowledge with ayasa, the exertion extending for 101 years. Atah natah param purusharthantaram asti. So this is only purushartha. So purusharthantaram, other than this purushartha of the nature of gaining the knowledge, in this case effort, there is no purushartha other than this. Iti atmajnanam stavati. This is how the Shruti extols the self-knowledge. So now continuing the page 401. Says Narendra Puriyam in the 12th line, Ashariram turiyam atmanam upadeshtum Shariram tava nindati. Now Prajapati wants to teach about a Shariram Atma. Atma, the self, that is devoid of Sharira. The gross, Sharira includes here the gross, the subtle and the causal bodies, all the same. So, Sashariram tava nindati or Shariram tava nindati. So Prajapati deliberately nindati, censures the Shariram, the body. So this ninda also is a commonly employed method to cultivate vairagya, to turn the mind away from something. So in order to make the mind completely focused upon the self, it must be turned away from everything else. And basically what occupies the mind, or what in fact draws the mind away from the self, is this habitual identification with the body, which is gross body, subtle body, causal body. As Lord Krishna would say, idam shariram kaundya kshetra mitya vidhiyate. Etadyo vetitam prahu kshetrajna iti tadvida. Hey Kaunteya, this body made up of gross, subtle, causal, this is called kshetra. This is object. This is non-self. Either you say that or do the ninda, so that you will turn away. If there is a fascination of the body which is naturally there, so doing ninda or censuring the body, even condemning the body. In texts like Vivekachudamasa we say how the body is condemned. Not because the body deserves to be condemned, but only then this mind will want to give the association, oh, it's so dirty, so impure, I don't want. So that is how creating disgust in our mind, so that we give up the attachment for that. Here the ninda is for the viveka, that what you are searching is not this one. What you are searching, amrutam. Is amrutam abhayam etat brahma iti. That what the self is immortal, is fearless, it is Brahman, limitless. To do the viveka or discrimination, then the body is painted here as quite opposite of that. So that the minds have nothing to do with this, because it is not what I want. So one way of looking at how Prajapati communicates is Shariram tava nindati. the words of Prajapati can be looked upon as ninda or censure or condemnation of the Sharira. Or if you look at the Anandagiri, Karya Karana Pariveshtidau Vishvatayasau Uktau. So going to the terminology of Mandukya Karika, Vishvatayasau Uktau. So Karya Karana Baddhautau Ishyede Vishvatayasau. This is how Mandukya Karika says. Karya Karana Baddhautau Ishyede Vishvatayasau. Vishva and Tejasa are bound by Karya and Karana both. Karana Baddhastu, Prajna Karana Baddhastu, whereas Prajna is only bound by the Karanam. The Karya means the gross body. Karana means so both gross and subtle body can be called Karya. And the causal body is the Karanam. Ignorance is Karanam. So the waking and the dream state, the waker and the dreamer, are both characterized by identification with the Karya and Karana. So waker is identified with the gross body and the subtle body and the causal body. So gross and subtle bodies are called Karya. Causal body, ignorance, is called Karanam. So Karya Karana Baddhavatu Ishyete Vishva Tejasau. Both Vishwa and Tejasa, the waker and dreamer, Baddhav are bound by the Karya and the Karana, meaning the identification with the gross and the subtle bodies. Prajna Karana Baddhastu. The Prajna, the deep sleeper, is only Baddha, bound by the Karanam, the causal body. Dvauto Turyena Siddhyataha. But neither Karya nor Karana are there in the Turiya, in the true self. So, Anandagiri here does anuvada of that. Karya Karana Pariveshtitau Vishvatayasau Uktau. So far, Prajapati is talking about Vishwa and Tejasa, the waker and the dreamer. Karya Karana Pariveshtitau. Pariveshtitau, enveloped by the cause and effect, meaning identified with the upadhi, that is the cause and effect, the gross and subtle body and the causal bodies. Karanamatra baddhasya prajna. The prajna, the deep sleeper, is only karanamatra baddha, only characterized by the identification, the karana shairam, the causal body, the ignorance. Vyakhyata. So, this has already been explained. Samprati ashariram turyam upadeshtum sashariratam nindati. Samprati now, ashariram turyam upadeshtum. So now only fourth one remains. The waker, the dreamer, the deep sleeper has already communicated. What remains is fourth or turiya, that adhishthanam. So, sashariratam nindati. Narendra Puri says, shariram nindati. Says, sashariratam nindati. Either you can say the body is condemned, or the identification of the body is condemned. Poor body does not deserve to be condemned. He said, nothing in the world deserves to be condemned. It's only our wrong association, wrong relationship. That's all. In our life, the problem always is the wrong relationship. The body is the body, it's a beautiful thing. So also is the mind. But there are all kinds of terms in psychology. So all these kind of, I don't remember those words, but anyway, I'll remember. So the relationship that we have, toxic relationships, so not healthy relationships, but toxic relationships. Codependence, being identified, too much identification. Cannot do without them. So this is the kind of relationship that of course psychologists don't even understand. They talk about the toxic relationship with the family members, with the world, which is also there. But the basically wrong relationship begins with the relationship with our own body. That of course does not come in their scope, because for them this whole individual is the self, Atma. But so that part Vedanta does not even, it addresses. Or the kashaya, the defects of Indra and the typical sadhaka, that the wrong relationship, toxic relationship with the world, because of which there is attachment, because of which there is desire. I want this, I do not want this is favorable, this is unfavorable. This is all unhealthy relationship. To brand something favorable and unfavorable, that has nothing to do with that. I'm branding this thing as favorable, that poor thing is what it is. But I superimpose favorableness upon that and then condemn it. Or embrace it, either way. So I brand something as favorable and want to embrace it. I brand something as unfavorable and then condemn it. So it is all these unhealthy relationship that Vedanta points out. The raga-dveshas are the result of the unhealthy relation. Again, and we are told the cause. Why does the unhealthy relationship come? Because of unhealthy perception. Looking upon them in a wrong way. Looking at myself in a wrong way. So that's where it begins. Unhealthy relation, perception about myself and so forth and so on. So Vedanta includes all of that. Psychology will elaborate, So we will just say raga, dvesha, etc. And they will elaborate and then do a very good analysis. But sashariratam nindati. It is sashariratam, the state of being embodied. State of being embodied. Meaning, look upon myself as an embodied being. Who is embodied? One who possesses the body. So looking upon myself as possessing the body, where Atma does not possess the body. Atma has no connection whatever with the body. Looking at myself as possessing the body. So it's not the body that deserves to be condemned. Nor does the Atma, of course, deserve to be condemned. It is the wrong relationship of identification. Because of which I look upon myself as sashariraha, as an embodied being, and therefore all the limitations and the defects and problems of the body, they all become my problems, my limitations, my defects. So that is also sashariratam nindati. Or if you look at the line 29, Atmani vinashittvadi pratitehe औपाधिकत्वात् स्वतः आत्मा अमृत अभयादि रूप शुद्ध यदि वक्तुम उपादिम दर्शयति. All right. According to this Tikakara, the teacher instructs about the viveka, the discrimination or separation of Atma from Anatma. Atmani vinashittvadi pratitehe. Because all along Indra thought that Atma was Vinashi. About the Chhaya Atma, Vadenasya Hanyate, that by the body, death of the body, this one also will die. Grantiva, the dreamer also, he discovered was Vinashi. And Vinasham Vinashameva apito bhavati. The deep sleeper also attains the state of not being there, non-existence. So vinashittvadi. In each case, Indra discovered that Atma, that he understood, was Vinashi, was mortal. But vinashittvadi pratitihi. So the vinashitvam, the mortality that he saw was pratiti. That death or mortality does exist someplace, but not where Indra thought it to be. Yes, the body is mortal. The gross body is mortal. The subtle body also you can call shariram, shiryamanatva shariram. Subtle body also suffers from the growth and decay and all kinds of suffering. So also does it, the causal body, the ignorance, also subject to destruction by knowledge. So it is true that there is mortality someplace. There is vinasha or destruction in some place. But then to conclude that Atma is mortal is only pratiti. So there's this false perception of the self. The self is mortal. So that needs to be changed. You cannot make the body immortal. So your desire of becoming immortal cannot be satisfied by trying to make the body immortal, which is what human being tries. So everybody loves immortality. The only way I can become immortal is if I continue my existence forever. And therefore I keep on working on my body to stretch its existence. Or I leave my name behind myself. So even if I am not there, this 16th kala, the nama will remain forever. So my name must be written in golden words in history and things like that. So somehow human being wants to be immortal in some way or the other. At least my son gets the same last name or surname as I have. So that way somehow I will persist, I will continue. So that desire for immortality is reflected in several things that we do. But the manner in which we try to become immortal is the wrong manner, is futile, is bound to fail. So therefore this desire of becoming immortal can never be satisfied the way we are trying to satisfy. And therefore Upanishad teaches us how to satisfy your desire of becoming immortal. That your desire of becoming immortal is a genuine desire. We cannot fault a person for being happy, want to be happy. And a lasting happiness that he wants also cannot be faulted. But then the way you are trying to do is the wrong way. So vinashittvadi pratid aupadikatvat. That vinashitvam of the Atma, that Atma is mortal, was that pratiti, the perception, came because it is upadi, the body that is mortal. And the mortality of the body is superimposed on the Atma, and I look upon myself as a mortal being. Svata Atma Amruta Abhayadirupa Shuddha iti vaktum. Hey Indra, that Atma on its own is Amruta Abhayadirupa. Is Amrutam, Abhayam, Yedad Brahma. So Swam Atma himself is like this, immortal, fearless, limitless. Iti Vaktum. In order to communicate this, Upadim Darshayati. Therefore now Prajapati in very clear words teaches the Atma Anatma Viveka, the discrimination or separation of Atma from Anatma. Maghavan Ityadana. So next passage says, Maghavan Martyam va idam shariram Attam Rityuna Tadasya Amrutasya Sharirasya Tadasya Amrutasya Asharirasya Atmanah Adhishthanam Atto Vai Sasharirah Priya Priyabhyam Navai Sasharirasya Satah Priya Priyayoho Apahatirasti Ashariram Vavasantam Na Priya Priye Sprushatah. Very profound statement. See, coming to us from thousands of years, we talk about it every day, Atmana Viveka, etc. So this doesn't sound much to us. But the very fundamental truth that Upanishad teaches is not to be found anywhere. So this clear drashti or perception of the self, Bhagavan Martyam Vayadam Shariram. Hey Bhagavan Indra, you want to be immortal? Understand that Idam Shariram, this body is Martyam, is mortal. Where Sharira includes the gross, subtle and causal, all the three bodies. Why is it said this way? Because in each case, Indra came up with this difficulty. That I find Atma to be mortal. In each case, Indra found the Atma as he understood to be mortal. Therefore, immortality is being taught here. So the teaching proceeds from what Prajapati first declared. Is Amrutam Abhayam Etat Brahma. And so Indra found that no, this is not Amrutam. And so Asya Vadena Hanyate, when this body, this fellow also is subject to death. Abhayam, I don't see any fearlessness in this. I don't see any benefit in this. So all along Indra's conclusion was that Atma is subject to death, is mortal. So then Prajapati has to teach Indra. What is the reason why you think that Atma is mortal? It's not only enough to say that Atma is immortal, but it's necessary also to tell us why do I think the way I think. If Atma is immortal, how come I think that I am mortal? Why? Perhaps nobody will teach you that, except Vedanta. That yes, something is mortal. Somewhere the mortality is, but it's not where you think it is. And so, yes, body is mortal, no doubt about that. But then you think Atma is mortal, and that's why if Indra understood that body is mortal, he would have no difficulty. But the body is mortal, you think Atma is mortal, therefore it must be very clear where the mortality, Martyam va idam shariram. This body, that is mortal. Idam shariram. Idam is this one, that is the object, and Atma is subject. So, this mortal is idam. In fact, whatever is idam is mortal, anyway. But of course, we are not so much concerned about the world because there is no aviveka. With table, chair, I have no problem because I don't identify with them. Idam shariram kaunte kshetram vidabhidiyate. The Lord Krishna says, this sharira is kshetram. In fact, the whole universe is kshetram. But sharira is where I have this difficulty. That I don't identify with table and chair, but habitually identify with the body. So, Martyam Vayadam Shariram. Then further, Attam Mrutyana. Attam is the past participle of Ap. Of A plus Da. So, A plus Da, the past participle is Attam. So, Ada means to take, Da means to give, Ada means to take or grasp. So, Attam, it is taken by, grasped by Mrityuna, by death. Meaning this body is mortal and always in the jaws of death. So, Bhashyaka will tell us why this further qualification. That not only it is mortal, it is constantly dying. Not only subject to death, the body is constantly dying. But then, what role does this body play in our life? This body plays an extremely important role. Tasya amrutasya asharirasya atmana adhishthanam. Asya adhishthanam is a seat. The locus of manifestation. Atma, the consciousness, needs a vehicle or something to manifest. Just as electricity needs that filament to manifest itself, or the motor or the fan to manifest itself, similarly also Atma, the consciousness, needs a vehicle or a seat here. Adhishthana can be said to be a seat, a locus of manifestation. So that is an important purpose that the body serves. Asya amrutasya ashayasya atmanah. That this body is anatma, but becomes the adhishthana, the seat for the atma, that is amrutam, immortal, asharira, unembodied. Of the atma, the unembodied, that is immortal for atma suggests that this mortal, insignificant body. Look at this. The atma, the consciousness, is what? More immortal, limitless, all pervasive, at all times, all places, all objects. So, limitless asma such as that, of that atma, this insignificant body becomes the locus of manifestation. So thus his body serves an extremely important purpose. The body does not contain Atma, but the body is the place of the manifestation of the existence of Atma. Otherwise you would never have known that Atma is there. So bulb serves a very wonderful purpose of being the locus of manifestation of electricity. Otherwise you will never know electricity is there. Therefore, asya atmana adhishthanam. It is adhisthana, the seat, or the locus of manifestation of Atma. What is Atma? Amrutasya asharirasya atmanah. So mortal body is the seat of manifestation of immortal Atma. The small limited body is the locus of manifestation of unembodied Atma. Ashariram sharireshu anavasteshu avasthitam mahantam vibhumatmanam matva dhiro nashojati. Says Kathopanishad, ashariram sharireshu. So body is important. That asharira, that bodiless, unembodied Atma manifests in all these bodies. So Atma adhishthanam. There's Attovai Sasharira Priya Priyabhyam. Now explaining the difficulties or the problems we have in our life. So how do the problems arise in the life? Sasharira, the embodied one. Asharira Atma, the unembodied Atma becomes Shasharira. Asharira becomes Sasharira. Asharira, unembodied one by nature, becomes Sasharira, becomes embodied as though, because of ignorance, because of the identification, which is habitual anyway, not that we have created, we have come with it. But Priya Priyabhyam Attaha, this one also is grasped by, or held by, covered by, under the jaws of Priya and Apriya. The pleasant and unpleasant, which stand for all the Dvandva or the pairs of opposites. So Mana Apamanaya, and then Tulya Ninda Stuti, and then Mitra Shatru, whatever. All the pairs of opposites are included. The Dvandva, moment you identify with the body, you are attacked constantly. With all these fellows will keep on attacking you constantly. As Akhandan used to tell this, that this man has been traveling in the train and then goes to Swamiji and then Kya baat hai? You don't look happy, you seem to be unhappy. What's the matter? Swamiji, the strange journey was terrible. What happened? People kept on harassing me. Why? I was just occupying my seat and I was lying down on my seat because I had this sleeper berth and these two fellows, they occupied my seat. They pushed me and occupied part of the seat. And then what? They kept on bothering me, kept on pinching me. So, आप कहाँ बैठे थे? Where were you sitting? I was sitting on my seat. No, you were sitting in the body. It is a body that can be pinched, body that can be hurt, body that can be attacked. You feel that you are attacked when the body is attacked. So all the time we feel being attacked. Our Swami used to use the expression ninja. This fellow is a fighter, constant fighter, because he looks upon the world as a very unsafe place, or hostile atmosphere. He thinks that everything is hostile. If he's out to grab me and get me, and then I have to always protect myself. So even though the world may not be wanting to hurt me, but then I keep superimposing and I think that I don't see the right thing here. I keep on suspecting. And I think I'm pretty smart, Swami, I can understand, by looking at the person I know what is there in his mind, and then whether you know or not, whether you're superimposing, who knows. But person feels threatened all the time because he thinks that the world is hostile, and therefore always out to protect myself. Atta. So person feels I'm always grasped, always held by, covered by what? All these different attacks from the world, which can be characterized as a priya and a priya. So both of these are nothing, so I'm affected constantly. So dvandva, the pairs of opposites, is always inflicting me all the time. So that is life. Magnam samsara varidho. That's how the Atma becomes magna, becomes drowned or submerged in the ocean of samsara. What is samsara? A constant attack by priya and apriya. Not a moment can I be free from that. Any moment I look upon myself as Sasharira embodied, that moment right away, the priya and apriya will attack me. And so mostly that is going on. I'm identified with something at the gross body, with the mind, with something or the other. Therefore, I always feel constantly being tortured. So this Adhyatmika, Adibhautika, Adeva Santavad are there. All kinds of mental suffering is there from the physical body, from the elemental world, from the Devatas. So looks upon all of them as nothing but sources of pain. So this is the explanation of samsara. Atto vai sasharira priya priyabhyam. The person who looks upon himself embodied is always suffering. Every moment of our identity with the body is characterized by suffering. Navai sarisharirasya satah priya priya apahati asti. And of course a human being wants to run away from all this suffering. And therefore he will go to Hawaii, he will go someplace or the other. He may go to forest, he may go to an ashram, he may go to Hawaii, he may go to 5-star hotel. Depending on people go to different places. He may go in his own room, he may go to somewhere I go away. Leave me alone. So he goes away, someplace. Goes for vacation, goes into retreat, goes into solitude, and locks himself in his room. Or wherever. But unfortunately, wherever he goes with the idea that I am the embodied self. So, sasharirasya satah. As long as this notion of being embodied is there, na priya priyayo apahati asti. No apahati, no elimination, no distraction of the priya and apriya. You can never escape them. They will get you wherever you are. You can go into any kind of cave and you can escape anywhere. But samsara always will chase us. It is not samsara that chases us, but then we still carry with us this identification with body, with the notion that I am the embodied one. And therefore, you don't require the world. One doesn't require anybody else to become miserable. I'm alone, I'm myself alone to be miserable. Which I, the one who looks upon himself as the embodied, which is a notion arising from the identification of the body, which is a habitual, but that's what it is. So we have inherited that they think that it is mother who is responsible and father is. So psychologists always trace all the problems with the mother and father and somebody else. But what can mother and father, poor fellow, I brought it with me. So samsara I brought with me. In what sense? Sa shariroham, I am the embodied one. That's all. That's the root cause of all suffering, as the Upanishad says here. Na priya priyayoho apahati asti. There is no elimination, no distraction, no escape from the attack of priya and apriya, of the dvandva or of these pairs of opposites. Then what do? Asariram. So the whole thing is told here. The problem as well as solution, both are told here. Ashariram va vasantam na priya priyas prushatah. Very profound passage, really. Everything about life is told here. The problem as well as solution. Ashariram va vasantam. The one is asharira, unembodied. Na priya priyas prushatah. That the priya, the dvandva, they do not touch him, do not affect him, do not in any way influence, afflict him. The one who has separated himself from the body. So that is where all the problems are. Body is not a problem also. The world also is not a problem. That I am embodied, that's a problem. That I am the body, that's the problem. It is that, call it notion or a complex, that is the problem. I am the body. And then of course the whole samsara will come with the body, because body is all kinds of things. The body is birth and body is death and hunger and then thirst and the heat, cough and cold and whatever it is. So vyadi, jvara is there, vyadi, all kinds of things are there. Then of course mind is much more than even the gross body. And so harsha and choka and all kama and krodha and all stuff. I am constantly being attacked by them. And of course ignorance, all the potential in there. But then ashariram va, but the one then who discovers himself to be, or who separates himself from the sharira. Not in a physical manner, only by the knowledge. By the viveka, drukdusya viveka, simple thing. That I am the drashta, the subject, this is the object. Of course then, that subject is different from object, but object is not separate from subject. That second part also we have to recognize. That is, B is equal to A is not equal to B is equal to A is not equal to B. So that's the relationship with Sharira. B is equal to A is not equal to B. So Sharira is not separate from the Atma, Atma is separate from the Sharira. That also is sometimes not understood. So only one part of the equation, I am not the body, is not enough. If I am not the body, then again there is this duality. That body, I stand apart from body, and body stands apart from me, then we are looking and we are accepting two realities. I am separate from the body, or body is not separate from me. This is called asharira. So unembodied one knows this way. Therefore there is no conflict with the body. I am not the body and body is not I, then every time body comes I am uncomfortable. So when body is not I, why are you here? I don't want you. I am not the body, but the body is not separate from me, then I have no problem with the body, okay? So therefore that the equation of the body must be very properly understood. The ashariram va vasantam. So thus, one who knows himself is unembodied, transcending the body. In spite of the body being there, I am unembodied. I am there not because the body is. So today, I am because the body is. I exist because the body exists. The body ceases to exist, I also cease to exist. Now this is my notion right now. to discover that I exist on my own. It is not in our Swamiji's words, it is not that I am there because of body, because it is the body is there because I am there. Just turn around that equation. The body is there because I am is a different equation from I am there because the body is. Then the body has a different status. If my existence is because of the existence of the body, then body is a different, then the body becomes all important. And therefore all the time fattening the body and all kind, that becomes my, the only occupation in life. Because my existence is due to existence of the body. But that body exists because of I. Right away I am separate. I am free. So this one is bondage. The I am there because of body, and the body is because I am is a freedom. So there is no real bondage, therefore the freedom is only freedom from this notion. That's all it is. The wrong notion, the complex is a wrong perception. So ashariram vavasantam na priya priya, that's called moksha. What is moksha? Na priya priya sprushataha. The priya and apriya, the pleasant and unpleasant, na sprushataha. They do not touch him, do not affect him, do not afflict him. Meaning that this one now, this wise person becomes free from all the pain. So cessation of all the dukkha is what is described here. And so understood that is automatically is accompanied with the attainment of the sukha. So but then this atyandika dukkha nivritti is being told. Then sukha also will be told later on. Later passages will describe how the wise person enjoys this, that, and whatever. But here this passage says in so many words, na priya priya sprushataha. He is no more affected by the priya and apriya. Meaning that he becomes free from the unhappiness once and for all. So cessation of unhappiness, cessation of sadness, dukkha, atyandika dukkha nivritti. So cessation of dukkha or unhappiness once and for all, cessation of sorrow. But then the second part of the equation automatically follows. Inasmuch as there is sorrow that obstructs my experience of happiness, when the obstruction is not there, then the wise person also abides in happiness. So bondage and liberation, both of them are described in this passage. Okay. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmeri Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Taye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.